Hello, hello, hi, folks. Welcome. Happy Friday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. Welcome. Good to see you. Hey, I'm here a little early, right? Right. So I have another call that we have a virtual event that I gotta hop on to right after this. So this is going to be a short, sweet, and to the point. And it's the first week back for most people at their jobs. Well, those who actually work at the office. Again, this is probably most likely this is your first week back at work after the holidays if you're working in the office. PK, salam, what's going on? Like this. So, and me, I come from 37 jobs, 10 industries, and always worked at the office, minus one job. I've always worked at the office. Wow, that's crazy. Minus one job. Actually, I've always worked at the office. And so I know what it's like to go back to the office after a couple weeks off or after a week off. It depends on your holiday vacation type thing. But I know what it's like to go back to work, right? It's always crazy if you're in retail. Oh my goodness. I'm praying for you if you're in retail, because I've definitely done my retail world before. And so if you're doing a professional job thing, office thing, you get back in the office and got emails, voicemails, and it's just, right? So it's chaotic. And then you go to get yourself a cup of coffee from your break room or what have you. And there's always that one coworker, right? I don't know about you, but I've always have had that one coworker that it's like, they find you at the water cooler, right? And they are just going about how amazing their 2 weeks was not. And what had happened Christmas and New Year's and I got those emails and my job was there, right? Have you ever experienced that? Drop it like a hands up emoji if you know what I'm talking about. I gotta use these emojis more, right? I gotta get you like more involved. So drop it like a raise, like me. I don't know what these are. I gotta learn these too. Like me emoji, right? If you've kind of experienced that. Or even if you haven't got, it's not about going back to work. Even if you have a job, you always have that one coworker, right? It's, unless you're the only worker. If you're the only employee, then you're the problem. But if you're in office, or you're in a place, you got employees and other people there, then you always got that one coworker. Micah, what's happening? So, and it's interesting because when you have a job, you go to your job, and let's say you even like your job. Let's just say it's not like you love your job, but let's say you like your job. You like your job. You go there, but you don't really have a choice in your coworkers, right? I mean, it's not like you say, hey, unless you're the boss, unless you're really the head honcho, you have a fire and higher power, and unless you're that guy, then you really wouldn't, apply to this live that much. But unless you're the boss, but other than that, you can't really pick and choose your coworkers. It's not like even you can in most places you can't even pick and choose your department. You can't say I want to work there, and they're like, we kind of want to use you here and like there, and you can't pick and choose your coworkers, right? Nor can you pick and choose the conversations around the water cooler, right? And who do you see stand around the water cooler the most. The number one guy in the company who's the producer and the mover and the shaker, the guy who's got the high sells, the guy who's got the you know, the oomph, the vibe, that guy? Or is it the person that is not doing so well, job's on the line, wishy-washy sales, sometimes there, sometimes nice, sometimes good, sometimes blank, right? Who do you find at the water cooler, or who do you find to be that coworker usually, right? It's that one person that is like, ugh, they complain, nag about everything and everybody. And Johnny, my man, what's happening? Welcome, welcome, good to see you. So it's always that guy, right? Or that gal that is just not producing, not having a good life anyway, just right? Let me share this with you. How would you like it if you could, like I told you, 37 jobs, 10 industries. I'll like drill this into you. What do you think would have been cool if I could like pick my coworkers, like pick and choose? Like I could just say, hey, listen, this guy, no bueno. And I don't want to be the boss. I just want to like pick and choose them. I don't want to be the boss. I don't want to deal with I don't want to deal with any of the like who does sales and who produces. I don't want to deal with the payroll and stuff like that. I just want to have be able to say, you know what? I really don't like you. You know, so I don't want to work with you. Do you think that would be kind of cool? That would kind of, I think, when I think back now, I think to myself, that would have been cool. Like to be able to say that. That would have been, be able to say, huh, you know, I really don't like you. So I don't really want to work with you. So yeah, so I'm not going to. Or you go to the water cooler and, you know, somebody comes up to the water cooler and you're like, you know, I don't want to hear it, really. Wouldn't that be cool, kind of? And not hurt somebody's feelings, right? I'm going to share this with you. You may not have thought I'm going to go here, but I'm going to go here because I was on a Zoom this morning and I did a training and it just kind of went here and this is too good not to share. So especially from a guy with 37 jobs and not at the same time, obviously, 10 different industries. I can share this with you. It would have been cool to pick and choose my coworkers. And I tell you what, it would have been pick and choose. It would have been really cool to pick and choose like the hours I went to the office and worked. You know what I mean? Like it would have been cool. Like, you know, if I wanted to, I would. If I didn't, I didn't. It would have been cool to like pick and choose the conversations around the water cooler, like the ones that are negative. I'd be like, click off, mute. You're like, what? You know, it would have been cool. But what I realized today is that you cannot have those at a job. You can't. You can't. Like you can't. Okay. But if you were in a network marketing company, if you were in a network marketing platform, if you were actually diligently working to build a team, this is what would happen. You actually get to pick and choose the people you work with. So if you get to run into that coworker, you're like, oh my God, this coworker, like, it's a person you picked. You get to pick and choose the people you work with. So if you don't like somebody, the chances are you're probably not going to pick them to work with them. Right? Why would you? You'd have to be crazy. Why would you pick somebody you don't like to work with and help them grow? You wouldn't. In network marketing, if you are in a direct sales platform, you get to choose and pick and choose your conversations around the water cooler. Listen, somebody's a negative Nancy to you, You're gonna say, you know, I gotta go. That's what I say usually. What else are you gonna say? Somebody in the training today in the Zoom said, I love how direct and straightforward you are. You asked me to be, right? So, I mean, like, it's like, I really don't like talking to you right now. You're so negative, right? You get to pick and choose your coworkers. You get to pick and choose the conversations around the water cooler, the imaginary, the virtual one, right? And then you don't even have to deal with like a lot of the BS, like payroll and like, oh my God, Sean didn't show up to the office today. What am I gonna do with this kid? You know what I mean? So as you go back to work this week and you're like, oh my God, you're answering these emails and getting back to these voicemails and you're having these meetings and trainings for the new year and all this stuff. Are you wishing like, oh, I kind of sort of would have been nice if I could pick out my coworkers, time I want to work, how I want to work, where I want to work, with whom I want to work? It'd be kind of cool. And I could do that like whatever. So some of you, I know exactly how you feel because I've, like I said, 37 jobs, 10 industries. I've gone back to work many times after the holidays. I know what it's like. Sometimes it really freaking sucks. You don't want to be there, do you? I'll leave you with this. You may have another chance to do this again next year. You may have another chance next year after holidays to say to yourself, oh, I gotta go back to work again. You could. Or you could take this year and completely flip that thing around. You heard me? You could take this 12 months, work your ass off, yeah, hard work, maybe, sacrifices, maybe, intentional time, yes, all this stuff, whatever you want to call it. You want to call it sacrifice, you want to call it whatever you want to call it, call it. You take that, you take this 12 months, that's my plan. You take this 12 months and you flip this thing completely around for next year. If you like that idea and you are looking for a vehicle and you're looking for a running partner, come on, baby, let's do this. Hit me up. Drop it in the chats, drop it in the comments, drop it wherever you want to drop it and say, let's do this, let's go. I mean, hear my message again. I'm not saying 12 days, I'm not saying 12 minutes, I'm not saying 12 seconds, I'm not saying 12 weeks. I said 12 months. Next year, next January, you get that time again. You could say, oh, gotta go back to work. Or you can say, oh my, dude, I got no more of that stuff. If you like that idea, if you like to partner up with somebody like me, if you like to go at it, give it a try and see what it is, even like what vehicle, how, what, all that stuff. It kind of tickles your curiosity. You want to explore those options, hit me up. That's all I got to say. I got to bounce because we got a Zoom coming up. Drop your thoughts, your comments, your feedback below. Let this feed grow. Listen, if you are looking for that, the next 12 months, you want to do that stuff, you're looking for a partner in crime, a running mate, or what have you, hit me up, right? In the comments, chat, wherever you want, just hit me up and we'll rock and roll. We'll get you the info and then you decide. If you feel like this is worthy of sharing, maybe this is not for you. You're like, what is he talking about? But I know this dude, I know this gal, tag him here, share this on your wall, do what you gotta do. Spread the love, and the love shall be spread. With that, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for all the text messages and the chats and stuff. These are growing. I really appreciate that. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. Thank you. And until tomorrow, when we do it all over again. Much love.